Hello my dear students of class 9. I am your literature teacher Pratik sir. I know that you are missing your class, missing your friends, missing all the gossips in the class. So this will soon be overcome. We will overcome it by staying home. So I hope that all of you are following the rule that is given by the government. Today we are going to do lesson number 11, a shipwreck sailor. We will understand what this chapter says. It's written by Daniel Defoe, and Daniel Defoe has written a famous novel, Robinson Crusoe. From this Robinson Crusoe, this novel, this part has been taken. So Daniel Defoe was an English writer and journalist, most famous for his novel Robinson Crusoe. So he was most famous. Daniel Defoe was most famous for his novel Robinson Crusoe. He was a prolific, versatile writer. Defoe is also known for pamphlets, journals on the various topics. Pamphlets, journals, these are given in the magazines. Journals are given in the editorial columns. Okay. So the following text is adapted from the section of Daniel Defoe's famous novel Robinson Crusoe and tells us how Crusoe, after being shipwrecked, found himself on a dismal island. Dismal means lone, desolate. Okay. It also gives us an inspiring account of how he makes the island habitable with his hard work. So what does this mean? It means that how he survived in this island alone is discussed in this chapter. So he lands in trouble, and how he overcomes the trouble alone by staying in that island is discussed in this chapter. So on September 30, 1659, I, miserable Crusoe, being shipwrecked during a violent storm, came on the shore on this dismal island. I call it the island of despair. So island of sorrow. So he calls it, he gives a name, a specific name to this dismal island, and the name is Island of Despair. So I was almost dead, and the rest of my ship's company was drowned. So all the companions in the ship of Robinson Crusoe had died, was drowned. So had sunk and died. I had neither food, house, nor clothes. So he had no food with him, not a house there, and no clothes. I feared I would be devoured by wild animals or wild beasts. Devoured means eaten up. By whom? By wild beasts. When night came, I slept in a tree for fear of wild creatures. It rained all night. So when night came, I slept in a tree for fear. So he was on a tree. Okay, he was on a tree, so the wild creatures would not be able to attack him. And it was raining all night. The rain continued through the next day with gust of wind. So wind and rain were simultaneously moving on. Only a wreck of my ship was to be seen at low water. Only the wreck means the ruined part of the ship can be seen at shallow water. Low water means shallow, where the water is low. I swam to the wreck to rescue and secure my survival, some foods and other provisions. So he swam across to that wrecked ship, and what did he find there? He find that I was able to collect. He collected some wood, cable, string, a knife, nails, and a gun. So these are all the things that he found over there. So mark it, it is essential. I also collected a hammock. Hammock is a bed, okay, which you means tie up with a post and tree. Hammock is a bed. So it can be tied up, and then you can recline over there, you can relax over there, and some canvas with which I made a tent. So canvas is that drawing where you paint, okay, that sheet canvas, so with which I made a tent. So with canvas he made tent, and he collected a hammock to sleep, to make bed. I got some ink and paper. I also found some money, but they were useless to me in this barren island. So money was useless in this barren island because here no one was present there. So with whom is he going to exchange the money? So that is why it was useless there. I was some 100 leagues out of the ordinary course of trade of mankind. So he was 100 leagues into the sea out of mankind. I was convinced I had to spend the rest of my life alone in this wild, desolate island. So he was very confirmed that he had to stay alone. Where? In that despair island. I searched long for a place of safe habitation. I found a little plain on the side of a rising hill. So where did he found his safe habitation? He could lay tent there. So where did he found that? He find it on the side of a rising hill. On the rocky wall of the hill was a hollow place worn in like the entrance of a cave. On the flat of the green just before this hollow, I resolved to pitch my tent. So there was a cave, okay, a starting of a cave, and just here, okay, he was lying, okay, just the entrance of a cave, okay. So on the rocky wall of the hill there was a hollow place worn in. So it was getting inside a rocky wall where the place was getting inside. It was looking like a cave, and at the entrance point of the cave he laid his habitation. So on the flat of the green just before this hollow, I resolved to pitch my tent. So he saw the place to pitch his tent. I cut the wood I collected into stacks. I drove them into the ground into a semicircle around the tent. The stakes stood 6 inches apart from each other. So he was making a fence with what? With stakes, or with the fence, or with the what would I say? It's a semicircle stakes and 6 inches apart. So with the woods. So with the woods he was placing it like this 6 inches apart, so it will be covering like a fence. It will be like a fence, okay. And in the mid he could stay. So he was covering it with a fence. The stakes stood 6 inches apart. It is important. I put the cables I had rescued from the ship around the stakes in the manner of a fence. I used a short ladder to go over the fence. So as he put the fences like this, how he would go from this side to the opposite side? He would use a ladder to go over the fence. Once in, I withdrew the ladder after me so that I was completely fortified against the world outside. Into this tent I brought all my stores and provisions. So once he goes outside, he used to carry his ladder wherever he used to go, so that when he comes back he can get inside again. What he stored all his provisions there, means food, all the important things that you need to live in a lonely island. After I had been on the island for 10 to 12 days, it occurred to me that I would lose the measure of time. So he cannot keep the account of time. So what did he do to keep the regulations of time, to keep the date in mind, to keep the time in mind? What did he do? This was because I had neither watch nor calendar. So he had no watch nor calendar or anything to keep a note of time and to keep a note of date. So to prevent this, I cut with my knife upon a large post of the date of my landing. I put a notch with my knife for every day. So I cut with my knife upon a large post. So there was a post with a knife. What did he do? With a knife he scratched the notch, okay, so that he can understand this is the date, this is the notch. First notch is I landed on this island. Second notch, what he is doing. So this is how he is remembering the date. So large post, the date on my landing. I put a notch with my knife for every day. So keep an account of a day, time, calendar. What did he do? He put a notch, a strike. Notch means a strike, okay. Where? On a large post. After a long spell of rain, I saw some fair weather on 7th of November. Important. So spell of rain ended 7th of November. I spent the next couple of days making a small wood boxes to keep my provisions dry from the rain. So he made a box made out of wood. Why he made the box? He made the box to keep all the foods or preserve the foods in that box so that it do not get drenched with the rain. Among the things I rescued from the ship, there were a small bag of corns meant for poultry feed. Okay, so small bag of corns meant for poultry feed.